based on stories. And this nature of the medium made them also a source of alternative narratives. I feel that it is a direct link with the historical dialogue emerging field, because I believe that those brave authors brought kind of a opposition to the mainstream, often very ethnocentric narratives. Based on such reality and aiming at informing and mobilizing broad audience, believing that social change is impossible without active citizens' participation, I strongly argue that effects of the art dealing with the past should be closely explored and capitalized. Both surveys and experience confirm that film and theater have particularly forceful and lasting psychological impact because of their effect not only on the intellect but primarily on the emotions and the visual sense of the audience. It is very similar in case of film and theater. Film definitely touches the broader audience, but theater has a kind of a more direct and deeper communication. Why I feel that both of these mediums are important is also because it helps lower resistance to the messages and narratives, because the audience does not feel threatened or preached by direct persuasion, but attracted by its favorite entertainment or deeply touched by it. This is why I advocate for a stronger connection between art and transitional justice and or historical dialogue processes, and I hope that a couple of next examples will provide insight how does it work. So there are two ways in which, and now I will closely look into the theater. There are two ways that theater could be connected with the TJ processes or historical dialogue processes. One of them will be the topic in the next panel, and it is the activity of the organization Most Mira Bridge of Peace in Prijedor, which uses theater as a kind of a gathering point for the youth in that region. But the form of the theater that I'm going to pay more attention to is a documentary form of the theater, because I myself, as Rafik said, participated in this amazing process of creation of hypermnesia, but also because of the very nature of the documentary theater, its definition and its history. So documentary theater as a form allows theater to draw on factual sources, which are often overlooked by mass media. And it can bring theoretical tools of storytelling to transform the audience understanding of the present day events, as well as the history that has brought us to the particular moment in time. Those sources include documents, letters, speeches, interviews, testimonies, statements of the public figures, newspapers and radio reports, photographs, documentary films, whatever. So through its history, and the history of documentary theater dates back to the Piscator Peter Weiss, who in the 70s created this documentary performance called Investigation, which was completely based on the Frankfurt Auschwitz trials, and he noted that documentary drama acknowledges both worldwide unrest and theater's particular place in addressing the social issues. So in the region of Western Balkan, in the last decade, the theater space was defined by the appearance of several documentary performances. As Serbian critic Natasa notes, their concentrated occurrence is not a coincidence. They reflect the urge of the artist to explicitly dramatize the truth on the stage, to express social problems directly without hiding behind fictional characters. The urge for direct display of truth and for the explicit confrontation of represented reality and recent history is the main motive in the creation of the successful of the sequence of very successful theater performances. Among them, the two names are widely important. One is Oliver Frljić, who is fully regional author, who was working recently on the performance in Slovenia, discussing the problem of the raised citizens, or in Bosnia, by letter from 1920, he touched upon the killings of the non-Bosniak population in one small town in Bosnia, but also he touched upon the issue of Srebrenica, staging the performance in Serbia, and also the one of the latest trauma in Serbia, the assassination of Zoran Đinđić. All of these performances